Hey DC fans, buckle up, cause today we're diving into the juiciest drama the comic world has to offer. Get ready for the most shocking DC Comic Betrayals, where superheroes play musical chairs with trust, and villains might just be swapping business cards, because in this universe, loyalty is about as stable as the Joker's sanity. Get ready for belly laughs, jaw drops, and more plot twists than a Riddler riddle. This is the top 6 most shocking DC comic betrayals, and if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe. The demise of Jason Todd? Now that's a DC plot twist that even the Phantom Stranger would struggle to predict. It's like a comic book version of Oops, I Did It Again, except with way more drama and way fewer Britney Spears dance breaks. Picture this. Jason kicks the bucket, and DC hits pause for 2 decades before deciding, let's bring him back. And voila, Jason's back, but he's dusting off the identity of the Red Hood and takes over the crime families. And in his reunion with Batman, he isn't exactly a warm, embracing type. Jason was so obsessed with payback that he planted a car bomb in the Batmobile. The Red Hood's one-man vendetta makes Batman's usual brooding look like a walk in the Bat Park. Moving on to our number 2, hold on to your utility belts, folks, because even the Caped Crusader needs a little black book of betrayal. Batman, the guy with more trust issues than a cat in a room full of rocking chairs, deciding to play it safe by keeping secret files on how to take down his own Justice League pals. I mean, who needs a team-building retreat when you've got a contingency plan for every possible superhero meltdown, right? Classic Batman move. In JLA, Tower of Babel, Ra's al Ghul decides to swipe these files and turns Batman's backup plans into an epic orchestration of chaos. When Batman spills the beans about his little hobby, the Justice League's reaction is priceless, half of them ready to serve Batman with an eviction paper. But, in the end, Batman decides to do the superhero equivalent of, I'm breaking up with you before you break up with me, and leaves the Justice League on his own terms. Friendship status compromised, but hey, at least he still has Alfred, right? Now we're on to number 3. Identity Crisis decided to take a tour from world-ending calamities and give us a good old murder mystery, with Elongated Man's wife Sue Dibney in the spotlight. In a series that's basically the Scooby-Doo of the superhero world, the big reveal had us all saying jinkies. Turns out the culprit behind Sue's demise was none other than Adam's ex-wife, Jean Loring. Forget evil masterminds with grand plans, Jean just wanted Ray Palmer back. Now, Jean's idea of relationship counseling involves killing Sue, faking her own assault, causing a chain reaction that led to poor Tim Drake's dad kicking the bucket, and oh yeah, lying about it all, because nothing says I miss you like a murder spree, am I right? To Jean it was all justifiable if it meant rekindling the flame with Ray. Our number 4. Before Jean took a dark turn, she had a tango with Dr. Light. Instead of a classic beatdown, the heroes decided to play a little mind games with Light. Now, not everyone was on board with this magical makeover. Batman, the brooding detective with a no-nonsense policy, raised an eyebrow, or maybe even both, at the idea of playing mental Jenga with a bad guy's noggin. Messing with Light's mind might have turned him docile, but it also had Batman ringing his trusty bat alarms. That's gotta be wrong, am I right? Well, here's how the other heroes responded. To cover their tracks, they wiped Batman's memory clean. But here's the real kicker. To add insult to superhero injury, they never spilled the magical beans to Bruce, even after Jean Loring's debacle. Imagine saving the world every other Tuesday, but having your memory wiped more times than a dusty hard drive. Batman's brain must be like a superhero-themed Etch-a-Sketch. Shake it and he forgets whether he's Bruce Wayne or the Dark Knight. When Rebirth hit the comic scene, fans threw confetti to welcome Wally West back into the superhero spotlight. But hold the parade, because Wally's mental health took a nosedive faster than a speeding bullet. In a moment of emotional chaos, Wally unleashed an energy blast that made his therapy session look like a fireworks display, only with more casualties. The poor recovering heroes caught in the blast got a one-way ticket to superhero retirement, thanks to Wally's emotional roller coaster. And what's Wally's solution? The classic fake your own death and blame someone else move. Genius, right? He pointed the finger at Booster Gold and Harley Quinn, creating the oddest crime-solving duo since Batman and a can of shark repellent. Wally, the guy we were all rooting for, did a 180 on Barry Allen and friends, leaving them all with trust issues deeper than the Batcave. But fear not, comic enthusiasts, because DC heard the collective sighs of disappointment and hit the reverse button. In the grand tradition of comic book plot twists, Wally's back in action in Infinite Frontier, like a prodigal speedster returning with a bucket of apology muffins. Because in the DC universe, even the most heart-wrenching betrayals come with a reboot and a side of redemption. And last but not least, number 6, Atomica, the female Atom, proving that DC universe, even the smallest heroes can make a big impact. Atomica joined the Justice League juggling not one, but 2 sidekicks, because apparently saving the world is a part-time job for some. As the Justice League started to look like more trouble than she thought it would be, Atomica, in a plot twist that even had Batman raising an eyebrow, teamed up with Amanda Waller. Now picture this, Atomica, who seemed like she was just a tiny hero with a shrinking problem, turned out to be from Earth 3, the universe's drama-filled cousin. She pulled off the ultimate superhero soap opera move by stabbing Superman in the brain with kryptonite, kicking off the Trinity War. But wait, there's more. Atomica let the Outsider summon the crime syndicate and had a heartwarming reunion with Johnny Quick, her main squeeze. It's like a villainous family reunion with fewer hugs and more domination. Thankfully, Lex Luthor squashed Atomica like a bug, but the damage was already done. In the New 52, even the tiniest heroes can cause a crisis bigger than a planet. And that wraps up our journey through the twists, turns, and superhero melodrama in the DC universe. From Wally West's emotional roller coaster and Hero in Crisis to Atomica's pint-sized betrayal in the New 52, we traversed the comic landscapes where trust is as fickle as a speedster on caffeine. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more comic book escapades, because in the DC universe, every page turn is an adventure, and every panel is a revelation. Until next time, may your heroes be heroic, and your villains be villainous, and comics are greater with true power.